In this video, you will learn how to make your own decorative pumpkin or apple out of recycled books. In this case, I'll be making an apple. You can see that your paper for an apple might have a smooth edge and a rough edge. You're going to use the smooth edge as the bottom. For a pumpkin design, you'll be using the full page. To begin, place your template against the bound spine of the pages. The loose edge will be on your right, and then you'll use your pencil, pen, marker to trace the template. You'll need to determine how many pages you can cut at a time, and it will depend on how sharp your scissors are. I cut about 6 or 7 pages at a time, and you can see that I used shorter scissors, but you may prefer to use larger ones. I found that the shorter ones were best as I got close to the edge right here. Try to keep the spine intact, but tear away the pages from the glue. You'll continue to repeat this process until you've cut through all the pages. You can use the template again, or you can do what I did in this video and trace the pages that you've already cut. The more that you do it, the easier it will become, and you can see that as I tear away the pages, the stem of the apple or the spine of the book kind of stays intact. As you go, it can be really helpful to flip some of the pages back to get a little bit of movement, because depending on your page, it might be a little stiff along the spine of the book. When you get to the very end of the pages, if you haven't already bent and creased the spine, I highly suggest doing it at this point. This will be so that the pages can spread out, and you'll glue your top page and your back page together. You can use whatever kind of glue that you like. Along that spine there, if you're using hot glue, you can use hot glue along the spine, but as you can tell here, I used a glue stick and it worked really well. If you do use a glue gun, be sure to be careful because these pages are thin and you don't want to burn yourself. Once you glue those pages together, you'll just have to spend a little bit of time, again, creasing the pages, making sure that the pages can spread out like they are in the 2 samples at the top of my screen. And you can see that there's a little stem that I'm holding on to. And then it's totally up to you. You could lay it flat, or you could glue it against a flat surface so that it opens out. You can use paint if you'd like. I decided to use a red paint to paint the edges. And all of this is optional. You could use markers, you could use crayons, you could use colored pencils. You can paint just a little bit of the pages like I did, or you could paint the whole thing. It's really up to you, whatever resources you have, and also how much time you want to spend on your craft. You can try to paint the loose pages, but it's easier to just clip them together or hold them together and paint the sides. At least that's what I found was a little bit easier. You're going to get paint on your skin, and that's okay if you use paint. And I can't resist glitter, so I decided to add a little glitter to this project. And I waited just a little bit for that paint to dry, and then I added some little specks of glitter. Depending on what you have available, you might use construction paper to make a leaf, or brown construction paper to make a stem. I've made this craft before once with a cinnamon stick as a stem, which not only was adorable, but it had a nice little smell. And then once you have the pages painted, you're just going to spread them out one more time.